Well, recently, or recently, I mean earlier today, I shared with you a video where a journalist was talking about how AMC is the worst trade of the entire year, or possibly in the entire history of his career in the market. And what is really funny about that is when you look at other assets, when you look at a fund like ARK Invest, for example, which is managed and has been founded by Cathie Wood, which was who was the best performer in the market in 2020. But since 2021, her assets under management, or the entire, the money that people gave her through her funds, has been shrinking. But the funny thing is, you don't hear the same type of comments by looking at the ARK Invest funds, whether it's on mainstream media, whether it's on something else. And what is really interesting is something she mentioned today, which is really, really interesting, especially when you are somebody holding AMC and you bought at a very high level. Why? Because she is still, despite a 56% loss year to date on her ARK, ARKK fund, ARK Innovation ETF, she is still sticking to her guns despite massive implosion. So for those of you who are not familiar with Cathie Wood, here is a picture of her. If you are following stocks for, since, in 2020, she was all over the place because pretty much every single thing she touched back then used to be gold. So she was obviously one of the best, if not the best performer, because her kind of strategy or her model is to try to find as early as possible the next game changer in the industry, in the market, what she calls the disruptors. Like, these guys are going to be the next Amazon, the next Tesla, the next, Netflix, Zoom, whatever. All right. So she is very, very ahead of what we call the growth, high growth, even ultra hyper growth. But with the market being what it is right now, ARK Invest, the whole fund, which was created back in 2014, as of February of 2021, the company had $50 billion assets under management, AUM. But look, right now it's way below 20. So it matches what I shared with you here, that is being down almost 56%. But she's still sticking to her conviction. Why? Because she knows what she bought. And right now is just, a bad, transition. It's a bad period for the type of stocks she holds. But she's not, she sold Tesla, which used to be the number one position on her funds, but she still has conviction. Now, the thing is, you look at AMC performance, you look at, stocks like, or ETFs like ARK Invest. Why do we have two treatments for stocks following the same pattern? Year to date, AMC is also down what? If I go back to the chart here, if I go back to the chart quickly, year to date, AMC is down 56%. So pretty much the exact same performance as ARK Invest. But why are we not listening or hearing people such as Charles Gasparino talking about ARK Invest being the worst trade ever? Why? Maybe because with AMC, most of people holding are retail investors. So we're supposed to be dumb, we don't know what we're doing, etc., etc. Why is Motley Fool not pushing and articles on how bad of an investment or how dumb people who bought ARK ETF, back in 2020 are? Why are they not talking about that the same way they talk about AMC stock? I will let you answer that. But I think it's pretty obvious for those of you who know how to read in between the lines. And that's why I will keep to my conviction personally, because even if AMC doesn't reach $100 this year, there are strong chances that it will not stand in the 10s, maybe not in the 30s. That's my prediction, which is totally entitled to my views personally, but it shows just how hard this thing will go, man, just because, yeah, it's just ridiculous.